Hey everyone, today on Feathers Off-Road I've got the KTM 890 Adventure R out in South Dakota. I was doing a street ride with some friends, and at the end of the day, on a couple of the days, I tried to squeeze in a few dirt rides. I'm not too familiar with this area, but we were staying in Hill City, South Dakota in the Black Hills National Forest. There's a ton of side-by-sides around, adventure bikes around, Harleys around, so it's definitely a popular motorcycle, outdoor riding area. So I tried to look at my Gaia GPS maps and pull up the Forest Service trails and just kind of see what was out here. I found a section of trails just south of Hill City that I hit a few days before I recorded this video, and these trails, I can actually post a link to, but these trails are out west of Hill City. It was some 2-track, and then I also noticed there was some single track out there. So I had to go west of town about maybe 10 miles, something like that, to find this turnoff on Battle Axe Road. And there's kind of 3 stages of trails here in this national forest. There's this Battle Axe Road, which is super graded. You could easily take a bus or a large RV on a road like this, but then it down the road turns into 2-track and then even single track. So what I'm doing here is stopping and setting the 890 into rally. I've got the tech pack installed. Now notice there is a 3 here, kind of hard to see, but this is the slip indicator. On the KTM 890, when you have the tech pack installed, you can set your slip anywhere from 1 to 9. 1 being basically totally disabled of traction control, and 9 being fully enabled, meaning it will cut power to the rear wheel if it slips at all. For me, I really found that like 3-4 is about my riding. Like, you can feel it cut power occasionally, but it lets you have quite a bit of slip before it really kicks in.
So what this bike does, take out the rally package, you can set your slip right where you want it. Right there. It's really hard to hear on camera, but
So this is again the kind of road that I was talking about. Super flat, graded. There's a lot of cabins back in here, a lot of homes. Easily get a huge RV back in here if you really wanted to. But these are the kinds of roads you got to take to actually get to the 2-track. A little bit in advance for some of the camera angles. I'm going to try and cut out some of the low facing stuff, but this chest mount that I was using, I would hit enough bumps that it eventually would kind of shake and point low, so I'll cut out what I can. Now we got these 50-inch gates right there that they use these a lot in Utah. This was the first one I had seen in South Dakota, but I would say somewhat common, at least in our national forests, to limit the size of machine that can get back into areas like this. As the Razors and Can-Ams and everyone else gets wider and wider and wider, these trails end up turning more into big dirt roads. I have a side-by-side. Mine's 64 inches, and so I'd love to get on a trail like this, but they do still keep a bunch of them pretty tight, 50 inches or less, but good for us dirt bikers.
a climb. I may even stop for a second. I had just turned off the recording too. Back that way. Oh, down the single track. Which actually isn't where I wanted to be. But I think that climb that I did was the worst part. So I'm gonna try and this 890 through some legit single. Now again, I'm being an idiot. I'm by myself. Nobody knows where I'm at. And I'm taking this pig. That's so tight. Tight single track. I call it a pig, but honestly, it's doing really well. This bike is awesome. Oof. 5 bars of heat. It is a hot day. Might need to stop. Single track. They did awesome. They didn't even crash. okay. Check the map. It's a couple left turns and a right, and they're already asking me when's dinner. So let's see how quick we can get back. Yes, I do realize how ridiculous this clip-on wind deflector looks. I didn't have the hex key to take it off, so I just pretty much waited for it to break on all of these rocks. It at least finally shook into a position where it was kind of pointed down a little bit out of my way, but it did actually make it all the way home. It was a lot of highway to get home, and it survived. This will pick up on video, but the one thing I will say, you know, I grabbed that EV a lot. I know this isn't an EV video, the electric dirt bike that I have. Go check out those videos. I will say that the Chinese parts on that thing, and even terrain like this, I've had the EVs in this kind of stuff in fun. This KTM suspension, man, it is world better than that EV's. Still going down. I really didn't feel like I climbed that much elevation. I got a GPS tracking. Video. You know, we originally came here to the street ride, and
lot of good street around here, but tons of trails. As I looked at the topo map, I just couldn't believe how much was up here. So anyway, I'm trying to ride, I'm trying to end what will be the video. KTM 890 is awesome. The rally mode, I think the rally mode and the quick shifter, I didn't really talk about the quick shifter, but we can do that later. The rally mode is rad. This slip level 3 has been really good for me up in this area. So anyway, peace.